What is up, Retro Maniacs? My name is Mike. His name's Joe. His name's EP. We're here to talk about cards. Fun one for you this week. 2024 is drawing toward an end. It's almost over. Hard to believe, but it is. So I thought it'd be fun today to talk about our favorite purchases that we made in 2024. Joe, kick us off. What did you buy? Did you buy anything? I don't remember you buying anything.
Watch the channel. No, I'm going to start with something that just got in under the wire. I actually ordered this. I think it might have been an auction. I need to double check, but I got it on January 1st of 2024. I'm going with the 2018 Flawless Collegiate Football Dan Marino, Tony Dorsett dual autograph. Now, I had two of these I purchased in 2024. One of them was a Topps Magic. I think it was Topps Magic. Was that the set? They had sticker auto. It was a cool card. They had sticker autos. I put it part of a trade for another card. But this one, the dual autos, it's a beautiful card. And Pitt started off 7-0 famously this year, have lost their last 5, but I'm still a Pitt alum. It was actually not a bad week for Pitt. We did lose against Boston College in Pitt football, but Pitt beat Ohio State at the buzzer by 1. And I beat Mike Jones, our buddy, in college football with Pitt. And he plays every day, and I've only played it once. So it's been a good week for Pitt. So I've got to include this card. Beautiful card. 2 Hall of Famers. When you think of Pitt football, you think of these two guys. So other than Kenny Pickett, obviously. But these are the guys. And I'm always looking for this card. It's in my safe searches. If I see variations of this card or even another one of these, I'm like, all right. You know what I'm saying? I might sign another one. So, yeah, that's my first one.
Amazing card, totally a Joe Day PC card, right? Like this is it's like so if you had to figure out like all the different variables of a Joe PC card, like this one fits 100% perfectly.
Definitely a Joe Day card. Gonna collect the whole rainbow? How many are there?
I can't find any more of them. There's got to be. It's flawless and it's Panini, so there's a handful. There's definitely a 1-on-1, but I've only ever seen the 10. The 10's come up a couple of times for sale. I've never seen like an out of 25, never seen an out of 5, but it's on the safe search. If someone knows, comment down below if you know of any other variations of this. But yeah, I would definitely try and get the rainbow for sure.
Because our viewership, if anything, are flawless experts.
Flawless experts for sure.
Guys, you're good. All right, EP, what is your first purchase?
Ultra modern of all things. I have an ultra modern.
That's EP right there.
Yeah. I bought a box of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cybercell cards, and I saw somebody on YouTube had these things, and I saw the artwork, and I saw that they were calling back to the 90s cartoon. I saw the Nickelodeon name up there, the branding. You see, this is one of the super rares. This is the Raphael super rare. And you get like I think 6 of these per box, or 4 or 5 of these per box, something like that. And so just like a really, really cool, amazing card. I also got the Shredder here. This is the rare Shredder card. The Shredder, one of the badass bad guys. I remember him being one of my favorite bad guys in all of cartoons back in the day. And I saw it, and I was just like, I need to get a box of that. And I hunted down a box. I paid the same the per pack price for the box was $124, but I had so much fun opening it. And I wish my camera hadn't cut out when I was recording it for the show, for the channel. And I had so much fun. I had like stickers.
You need to buy another box.
You need to buy another box.
I could.
You owe that to our viewers.
Absolutely.
I probably should. It was such a fun rip, and such. We talk about nostalgia, and it just hit. Again, ultra rare is not something I would normally do for this kind of show, but it hit me like a certain way. So
I love it. I was even drawn to those. You had them in the case at the card show, and I directly looked at those cards, and I was like, wow, they're cool. I didn't even know what they were. And I've been tempted to buy a box of those too, just because they're so cool. But I watched it, like so many people that came up to your table at the show were drawn to those cards. So they're so unique and they're so cool looking that they catch your eye. I want them. Now I'm going to open a box.
But maybe this will be your purchase for 2025 when we do the show in a year. Maybe each of you will have a box to talk about. EP, you're not an ultra modern guy, but this doesn't feel ultra modern because it looks kind of like a 90s set, and it's the 90s characters, lots of nostalgia. I mean, this is the perfect card for you. I'm really bummed out that your phone crapped out on you because that looks like it would be a fun rip. So I'm just saying for the viewers, you two might have to each buy a box and then do a box battle, and I'll judge it.
There you go. All right, my first purchase was the big ass football card collection I bought from our local card shop. From Bill, who works there. This was his collection that he had bought, but I did a little counting. These are not exact numbers, but there were 40 small shoe boxes and at least 25,000 count boxes of cards. All stuff from like the early 90s to like close to 2010-ish, maybe. All alphabetical order by player, all chronological within each alphabetical. Just a crazy collection. And I mean, it wasn't for me personally, it was for me to resell. And I bought this whole thing for $900 total. And I easily have made probably $4,000 back in sales off of that investment. It was a crazy deal. Bill at the shop had gone through. I would have loved to have seen this collection before Bill went through it, because he went through it and he picked out like the expensive rookies and stuff. And he had another guy who was taking the boxes like a couple at a time and going through them and looking for different stuff that he was collecting. So I'm like almost third generation on this, and I still found that much value in it. And there's still a lot in there, but I've got to move these on to somebody else. But yeah, as a reseller, this was one of those huge deals that you don't find very often. And that is my first purchase of the year.
We have another collection that we had bought as a group together that we're going to start working on moving. I wanted in on this one. Where was the invite on this one? Jeez, give me that. Yeah, give me that any day of the week. Jeez. Now, if we move the baseball stuff, I'm in. If we can like get that kind of return, but I don't think we are. That's crazy. That the fact that you're the third person to get this is wild. Like how they left like the Sean Taylor stuff.
Right.
I remember was a big thing because I mentioned it on the podcast. Chris Sewell had this recent video where he talked about a collection he bought. And one of the cards that he highlighted was a Sean Taylor gold that was still in case. He goes, yeah, this is like randomly a $500 card and people don't know. And I'm like, yeah, we know about it because,
we do.
Mike went through this collection.
Yeah, I mean, remember we started showing off the cards from that collection, like you started like sending us photos, like a text, like just like absolute bangers, like just like crazy stuff, and then we're like, oh, are you gonna get that graded? Like, what are you doing? Like, just because some of the cards, even though everybody had been gone through, you found so much awesome stuff. As an aside, I guess you must have told Bill that I was an Eli Manning fan, that I wanted the Eli Manning cards because there weren't any or weren't many of them or something like that. He actually gave me a handful of the rookie cards. When I went and stopped in the shop the one day, he's like, "Here, these are for you."
Like they're mine.
Give me a handful.
Are they mine? We're gonna have to talk.
Don't do it, EP. Don't fall for that.
I already paid for those. All right, Joe. What's your second purchase?
So I'm going to pull a little bit of an EP and cheat because EP again famously cheats on these shows.
You'll see.
And I'm just
good work, Joe.
And I'm just going to say the 5 cases of cards I bought this year. 5 cases of cards. 3 of which were Fleer Ultra Wolverine. If you're interested, you can find the content on the channel for sure. And 2 cases of Picard seasons 2 and 3. The Fleer Ultra Wolverine, joking aside, you can find it on the channel. The first 2
most
boxes.
Viewed video on the channel.
Over 15,000 views. It's kind of crazy, and people keep watching it. Like we thought, oh, maybe it'll get to 5,000, maybe it'll get 10,000.
Commenting on it, you need to catch up on some.
Oh, I do. I'll put that on my to-do list for this week. But yeah, I mean, it was kind of crazy, and the first 2 cases yielded a pretty nice return. I like to just keep cool stuff out of that. I got that Wolverine sketch, the last pack that I opened, which was kind of crazy on the live stream. I got that Wolverine sketch. It was really cool. I got some cool medallions. The second case, picked it up at the National. Had a lot of fun. I opened it at our Airbnb. I was only going to open up a box or two. I opened up all 12. The second half of that with our buddy Mike Jones, EP serving us drinks. We were drunk as hell, and we were sorting cards. So it was pretty crazy, and I kept some cards from that. And the third case wasn't quite as good. I probably broke even, maybe lost a little bit of money, but still a lot of fun. So overall for that, I did pretty well. And then for the Picard seasons 2 and 3, I had a great time. That was a total PC thing. I sold the stuff I had doubles of. I still sell sets from time to time for like $10, here and there. I have to pack one up today, as a matter of fact. But most of the stuff I kept, I have a full master set of that, which is a lot of autographs, a lot of inscription autographs, a lot of inserts. So, but just a lot of fun. I might buy another case of something someday. I mean, it was a lot of fun. I might have to do it. God rest my credit card for Fleer Ultra Superman. May God have mercy on its soul, because it's gonna get brutalized. But yeah, so that's it. A little bit of cheating, but 5 cases of cards, pretty crazy.
This is my kind of cheating. I love it. When you said the third case wasn't as good or whatever, like that, I was like, I got so happy at that moment. It was like, because you opened 3 freaking cases of this one product, and there was some I remember the Ultra Avengers also was pretty cool. So I said to myself when I know I said this to you at one point too, like that the Ultra Wolverine seemed like this like hidden gem type product that was gonna just blow up and people were gonna be excited about it, and based on the views, anybody who knows about it loves it. And the product was just so cool. There's such cool art, so many cool cards. It was great. That was so much fun. I'm happy for you, Joe. That was opening those cases is a great thing.
And I love sharing it on the channel was the big thing too. I really did.
I feel like the only issue is you shouldn't have bought the Star Trek cases. You should have bought 5 cases of Fleer Ultra Wolverine, because we could have had even more content, because no matter how many videos we put out there, people kept watching them. They wanted the content, and they're still watching them now.
It's crazy.
15,000 people. Like that is like an arena full of people that watched this stupid video on our little YouTube channel.
To put it in perspective, wow. Spidey Hits, probably one of the bigger, better known YouTube content creators for Marvel cards. His most watched video ever was his first look at this product. That's how big this product was when it came out. It's held decent value too. It's not like the metal stuff, which kind of is, plummeted a little bit. I mean, people still really, really enjoy watching that content. I think more than almost any other product that came out in the last year. So yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I loved opening it up for the channel.
And you got more views than Neo, right?
I mean, I not that I was counting.
One for the good guys.
One for the good guys.
All right, EP. What's your second purchase?
Well, my second one is a bit of a cheat. I got three boxes, but they all came at like the same time. And I won them all at the exact same time, within like 2 or 3 days of each other. And that was the Spider-Man, McFarlane era Spider-Man Series 2, the 30th anniversary, and the Star Wars Galaxy box. And I got all these, like, I'd been following them for a while.
They all come crashing down.
I'd been following them for a while, and I was looking to get them at good prices, and I got the McFarlane at like a crazy good price. That was this one. Got that at like a ridiculous price compared to what they've been going for, and the same with the Spider-Man comics. And I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, obviously. He's a huge Star Wars fan, and these were boxes that I've been looking at, and bidding on them, and then watching them go for way more than I wanted to pay. And then finally, somehow they all kind of like happened at the same time. All kind of fell into like the same grouping. I was able to open them, and they were great. I got a couple cards I was able to grade to make a little bit of my money back from them, and I'm going to be able to put sets together from 2 of the 3. I think the Star Wars, maybe not a full set from the Star Wars, but yeah.
And we have a video of a PSA reveal where he reveals the grades of the cards he got out of ripping that. So make sure you check that out if you haven't watched it already. But yeah, leave it to EP to cheat though. Boy, he's always cheating.
Shocking.
Always cheating. That is 3 purchases, but he tries to like roll it into
We're
one.
like, that was a lot. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Joe just did like 7 cases of cards from all bunch of different products.
Don't drag me into your bullshit.
This is not about Joe. This is about you.
Yeah,
EP.
this is about you.
You're a habitual offender of this.
Yeah,
It's
that's
true.
fair.
It is true. I own it. I'm fine with it.
I have to say, two straight items that are non-sports for you. So you've talked about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and you talked about the 3 boxes. All 4 of those products non-sports. I love it. I don't know if number 1 will be non-sports as well. If it's non-sports as well, you're with me, buddy. I mean, we're all 3 of us are big time into non-sports. I love all this stuff. I remember the McFarlane stuff a lot when I was opening up packs back in the early 90s. I love that. I'm more of a Star Trek guy, but I had opened up Star Trek Galaxy in the past. So these are right up your alley. You're a huge Spider-Man fan, and you need to open up another box of the anniversary ones, because I need that swinging Spider-Man with the cape that I used on 3 cards a few months ago.
All right. My second purchase was actually from a viewer of the channel. Nicest guy in the world, Rick McKee. You know you are, Rick. Just the nicest guy. I mean, you can't meet a nicer guy. He'll do anything for anybody. If you need anything, just look him up on Twitter. He'll help you out. He's your guy. But he sold me this Allen Iverson 99 2000 Upper Deck game jersey. Look at that card. That card is absolutely stunning, and in a pro mold, one touch. Shout out to Joe Day over there. But just I love Allen Iverson. I don't have much of a collection of him. I'm not going to start PCing him now and spend $50,000 on Allen Iverson cards, but I got this card at a great deal from him, an Upper Deck game jersey, like the actual Upper Deck game jersey cards, just iconic and a great player, a great card. And I'm so happy to have that in my collection.
Yeah, Rick, nicest guy in the world for sure.
Nicest guy in the world.
Yeah.
He'll do anything for you.
Though to the card, I mean, getting something game used, kids, if you don't know what that is, these players actually wore the jersey in a game, used the jersey, if you will, in a game, took that jersey off, Upper Decked them, bought them, cut up, again, game used, and put them into cards and called them game used. You know why? Because they were game used. So love it. Love game used stuff. Love 90s Upper Deck. And you don't PC AI, but I'm kind of surprised you don't. You're a big Philadelphia fan. So it's a little expensive, but maybe some of that moldy money. Get out there, buy some more AI. Maybe next year we'll talk about that.
Maybe next year. Yeah, maybe next year.
I don't know what more can be said about how nice Rick is. Definitely
nicest guy in the
hobby. You guys already handled that. I'm not going to belabor that anymore about how nice he is. But I will say, like, the Iverson, if you're going to do, like, you're not going to get a crazy PC Iverson collection. But if you are an Iverson fan, you're going to have some cards that are Iverson cards. You're going to PC some cards. And having a game worn jersey card, especially for the 3 of us, like, that is part of that you have to have. That's like a must have. So I love that, and that's a beautiful card too. Like, just an amazing card.
Yeah, beautiful card. They didn't all come out of the packs in great shape back then. So the condition, if PSA weren't so brutal on cards like that, I would consider sending them.
So it looks beautiful in the pro mold, my man.
It looks better in a pro mold than it would in a slab. So. Yeah. All right, Joe, what's your last purchase? So excited you made in 2020.
I'm going to throw out an honorable mention because I know both of you are. EP already talked about multiple honorable mentions. Because he thinks this was 5 purchases, I guess. I don't know. But my honorable mention isn't a card or a case of cards or anything like that. It's actually some supplies. And the reason I'm here is because I am kind of revamping my recording space, and I got 2. They are from a company in Canada called Pather Displays. I saw them at the National, almost picked up one of the cases there, had to finagle to get them to ship to America because they generally don't. I got 2 of those cases. They are kind of similar to the ones you have behind you, Mike. but they have the perfect slots for pro molds. So I'm going to be putting those out. Again, they look beautiful at the National. Me and Mike Jones were walking around. We saw the display. It was great. So I got 2 of those, and I got a bunch of pro molds for the cards going in them, baby, because I bought a lot of pro molds this year. So that is my card adjacent honorable mention. My number 1 card, you knew I had to say at least one. I could say all the Patrick Stewarts I bought. That's a spoiler for our New Year's resolution look back video. That's all I'm going to say about that. But I had to pick one. And you're probably thinking, if you watch this channel, it's got to be the Patrick Stewart, William Shatner dual autograph that I won on eBay. The reason I sold the Tom Brady Contenders rookie card, you're thinking it's got to be that PSA 9 you bought. Well, you're part right. It's the other one I bought that you guys don't even know about.
Oh
the
my God.
Second Patrick Stewart, William Shatner dual autograph I bought, but this one is not graded. This one is still in the Rittenhouse sealed top loader.
Wow.
And I got it cheaper.
To build the rainbow. Gotta have one of each.
I bought a collection, a Patrick Stewart autograph collection from someone. They had this one. I got it at a very good price. This is going to be center stage of the display behind me. That's the card. I would argue, and anyone come at me with this take, I would argue this is the most important Star Trek card ever produced. I have lots of reasons why. If you want to debate it, I'm with you. We can talk, but in my opinion, this is the most important Star Trek card produced. And I love having one. I love having one so much. I wanted a second. So there it is. It is the second of those 2. And I'll buy a third. Anyone comment below. If you have one, comment below. I'll get a third. So there it is. That's my number 1.
Oh man, I love this so much. Like I love when collectors are excited about their collections, and so I know how much you love Star Trek, and that you're gonna have this display behind you. So this is gonna be great. I'm gonna argue that maybe Nimoy Shatner, it might be a little bit.
Now this is why. Do we have time, Mike? Give me 30 seconds. This is why Nimoy Shatner is not as important.
Okay, all right.
I would argue that Patrick Stewart, in the lexicon of entertainment, is more important than Leonard Nimoy. No offense to him. But he crosses a lot of different
It's tough to
genres.
argue against that. Yep, gotcha.
And beyond that, they have multiple dual autos together, Nimoy and Shatner. This is the only one of Patrick Stewart and William Shatner. That is why I feel it is more important.
That means you need to collect them all. Then they just need to you need to get all of them. So get to it.
Yeah, maybe.
Like Pokemon. I don't have time to talk about it because I gave you the extra time to talk about it. But
I'll take that.
I do want to ask though, the case, was that the display that had like the giant Wolverine and stuff on it at the National or not?
It was back towards the back wall by where the breakers
The breaking area? Yeah, I think that is
Yeah.
the place then. Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed that, and they had some like really cool looking cases there. Although
Yeah.
I would have loved seeing you try to drag one of those around there.
That was I wanted one so bad, but I'm like, it was so hot out. It was
And
so
you were
hot.
like, you knew you couldn't say, "Hey, Mike, would you go get the car and bring it up here?"
Right,
No.
right.
Carry
Right.
it
I
out.
would be carrying that. So I'm glad it got shipped. So they shipped 2 of them
Yeah.
to me. And I might order a medium one. If you're looking for something, Mike, I'll send you the link. But they're very cool displays.
Could it have been as heavy as the Wolverine, the Ultra Wolverine case you were carried around for a little while? I mean,
No.
it had to be pretty close, right?
Bigger, so it was a little bit more awkward.
All right, EP, what's your third purchase and everything else that you have here?
I'm only doing 2 honorable mentions. I was going to mention supplies, but I'm going to let them go because
Only.
Joe handled those. So anyhow, the number 1 honorable mention, number one was the 1999 score Barry Sanders we picked up for Scott at the National.
Oh, yeah.
That was an amazing. That was cool. That came up with that and then got it.
We
and
bought a
sent it out to me. That was very cool.
1989 score Barry Sanders for somebody. I don't even have that
We're
card. I tried to put the set together.
I don't have it either.
We're the greatest. We're the
Wow.
greatest. We're the greatest 3 people ever. We're ahead of Rick at this point.
I think we are. Yeah.
At least even. We at least pulled even with that purchase.
Right.
And my second one, that's as you mentioned, Joe. That's my only sports item on my list. My second honorable mention is Fleer Metal Avengers, which I bought 3 blasters of this, and I absolutely love it. I'm putting together the base set. Like it's I think it's
I have
great.
Let me
some
know what you
cards for
need.
you.
Yeah,
I
let
have a
me
lot
know.
of
Let us
common.
know what you need.
Yeah. I mean, like, I mean, it's amazing. I love it. I love the art, and it harkens back to the metal from back in the day as well. That's why I love it so much. I don't need the parallels and the inserts. I'm selling those, putting those up on eBay to help pay for more stuff. It's expensive. It's like $1 a card for the blaster box, but still, I enjoy it. So anyhow, there you go with that. There is an extra innings coming out. With why are we talking about that? Very
What's the
soon.
show you speak of? What's this extra innings?
Yes, extra innings with EP. It used to be a Saturday show, but it's coming back.
Everybody moved on from that.
Okay, all right. My actual third card, going back to the National, the Spider-Man sticker that the boys found for me and I paid for. Well, they paid for it and gave it to me, and I paid back. But it's the 1976 Spider-Man sticker. This was a target that I looked for, wanted to get at the National, and was able to through these guys was able to get it. And so our buddy Mike Jones helped out, and so that's the one. Awesome story about this card because of the National and everything, and it was a card that I really wanted, and so there you go.
Yeah.
That's my turn.
Okay.
That's a great card. I mean, I was so happy that they found. We were looking for it and we couldn't find it anywhere. So I know we're trudging all around there and looking. Like you'd see Marvel card, you're like, oh, they have to have it, and we'd look and they just didn't. So it was pretty awesome when Joe and Mike came up and had the card.
Well, we found that one table that had a couple of those cards, and that they had the Spider-Man, but they sold it like the day before or something like that. It was a PSA 8 or 9, was too expensive. But then I was like, oh, but that was pretty much right around the same time that Mike and Joe found the other card, and so that was a really cool, kind of a cool moment.
Yeah, and the funniest part of the whole thing is we found this awesome table with all these stacks of those cards in the whatchamacallit, why can't I think of the word? The card savers. And we found just piles and piles, and I'm like, shit, which one did he want? There was no reception. I was trying to find it on our channel because you had talked about one of your targets for the National, and I'm looking. Finally, I found this little spot of reception that hit my phone, and we were able to find it. And then Mike Jones picked it up with a bunch of other stuff he had bought. So yeah, that was fun finding that.
All right. Wrapping things up here, leave it to EP to break the rules. I would never do something like that and show you my honorable mention of this Ariel Lemieux Topps rookie that I got. And I definitely wouldn't do it twice and show you my honorable mention of this Earl Campbell inscriptions autograph.
You never.
I'm so proud of you.
I certainly wouldn't give you a third card.
Oh my God. Okay, this is getting out of control.
I would not do any of that. Thankfully, I'm a professional, but the card is my Kobe Bryant EX rookie that also found at the 2024 National. Look at that. Awesome. I even have my little bumper on this.
Yep.
That is a beautiful card for an 8. I'm just so happy to have that card. One of those things, I saw a lot of them, but I wasn't finding any 8s, and I found one and it was gorgeous and I got it for a good price. And I feel like that is my favorite purchase of the year. I'm trying to get the set together. I started actually putting the set in trading card database so I know what I have. So
very cool.
I have a couple others I have to get in there, but I need to work on that because it's not a very big set. I have at least 3/4 of it. I have all the big money cards, so I need to. It's one of those things on the new year. I'm gonna have to focus on finishing out and get this done. But yep, that's my favorite purchase of 2024.
I'll say this: I hate bumpers. Hate them. Famously hate them because of Jeff Wilson putting a card into a bumper and throwing it. A Derek Jeter rookie, if you remember, an SB, and throwing it across a card show floor. I love this bumper on that card. Like that is the perfect thing to have.
The only reason I put it
that's
on.
That's the only reason to do it. And that is such a cool way to do it. Such a cool display. And that's an iconic card. I mean, we talk about that all the time with that set. And yeah, it's something you've been looking for. Glad you found it there. And you got to finish that set, man. ComC. You got to ComC that shit.
Yeah, you talked about the set a lot. Like I know that you love the set, and the Kobe obviously was the main card. That's the most by far the most expensive card in the set. And so when you were able to get that at the national, like I was so excited for you. Like I mean, I kind of figured we'd probably find it, but then when you like weren't finding the one you were looking for, but that so a little worried, but then able to get it is amazing. I gotta say when I saw that the bumper on there, like we all have one of those bumpers, I think, and so I'm like. I like, you know what? I need to get my Spider-Man graded and put the bumper on it too. Like
That'd be awesome.
I have to do that. So
Yeah.
it's amazing. I love that you again also they commemorated it with that bumper. So.
All right, there you have it. What have you guys purchased? We want to know.
Yeah, we want to know.
Wilson doesn't care. Dustin, the sports card dad, doesn't care. Neo doesn't care. Nobody cares but us.
They might care, just not as much.
We might
66.7% of us care.
exactly. That's true. EP doesn't care at all.
I do. I care greatly.
All right, guys, that was a lot of fun, and we'll see you next week. Take care.
See you, boys.
See ya.